A gunman has shot one person inside Virginia's restaurant on King Street, holding two people hostage. Other people who are in the restaurant were able to get out the restaurant through the back door. They are safe. You'll hear from those folks later this afternoon on Live 5 News. The mayor will have another press conference at 2:30 right here at Marion Square. We'll have more information there. For now, it's Harv Jacobs, Live 5 News.
Well, our Alexis Simmons there on the scene as well. She's actually in Marion Square, which is, not too far away from the scene right there. Alexis, what are you hearing?
Right, so the construction workers who are actually right next door to where this hostage situation is taking place have actually just cleared the site. They were working up until about 15 minutes or so ago. I talked with their one of their site leaders, and they tell me that they're going home for the day until this situation is resolved. Now, one of the people that were actually working there behind me here, and I want to reiterate that this area of Marion Square is blocked off. They have the portion that is on the King Street side is no longer accessible by the public because of this hostage situation, but one of the people working on that construction site said he heard at least one gunshot. He said it wasn't very loud because it was inside, but he also said he saw people running outside of the restaurant right after it happened, and I asked him, what did you do after you heard that? And he said, hey, when you hear a gunshot, we all run. So he said that his instinct was to get away from that area as well.
We continue to follow breaking news out of downtown Charleston following an active shooter problem earlier today. One man is dead, the shooter in critical condition.
This afternoon, just before 12:30, we are told a disgruntled employee came into the restaurant Virginia's on King with a gun, shot one person, and a hostage situation broke out. We've been live from downtown following this developing news.
Let's check right in now with Raphael James. Raph, what's the latest?
Well, the very latest, Bill, is SLED here, the State Law Enforcement Division, here investigating this shooting. As you mentioned, the gunman walked into the restaurant and fired a shot at someone who worked there. That person, we understand, is deceased. The SWAT team later was able to take that gunman down, and we're told he was rushed to the hospital in very serious condition. We had an opportunity to talk to people who were in that restaurant. They're coming here, very nice day, just to have a quiet afternoon meal. And Harv Jacobs talked with some people who were actually in there when all of this took place. Harv, I can't imagine what that must have been like for them.
Well, Ralph, they expected to sit down to a leisurely lunch. Little they expect to have to escape barely with their lives. Here's what some of them had to say to me.
He came through the back, through the restaurant, said there's a new boss in town, everybody get on the floor. We got on the floor, then he said no, everybody get to the back, grabbed my stuff. Everybody ran to the back.
And then all of a sudden an older gentleman came walking out from the back with a gun in his hand, told us all to get on the floor. Everybody scrambled to get on the floor, and then he said no, go out, everybody go to the back.
I've been through 3 robberies. I worked at a bank, so I've had people take guns and stick them in my face before, but he had a small caliber gun, like a .22, and but it's not safe to be around because you never know what'll happen.
You heard that last guy. He's been through 3 robberies. Raphael, these people are going to have some stories to tell, and thank goodness they will be able to tell those stories while they visited Charleston. Some of them tourists, some of them locals. The last thing you would expect to see happen on Upper King Street at one of the upscale restaurants.
Unfortunately, this is a tragedy that our mayor came out in this spot earlier today and talked with us about. He started his conversations with being very saddened that a member of the Charleston community had sadly lost their life in this incident that happened here today. There are questions that we still have tonight. Who is the shooter? Who is the victim who lost his life? We haven't gotten that confirmed, although we've heard quite a bit of talk, but we're not going to speculate right now. We'll wait for the investigation to come forward and wait for the coroner and the coroner to make the announcement as to who that victim is. But for now, SLED is on the scene and investigating, and could be here for quite some time into the night. Live from downtown, back to you.
We are sure, Raphael, that investigation will take many, many hours. Thank you so much, Raphael James, live on the scene, along with our police reporter, Harv Jacobs, who has been out there since the initial reports of the shot fired.